We spend so much of our time thinking about our financial portfolios, right? Our retirement funds, our stocks, all those investments. But what if I told you that the single most important portfolio you'll ever manage isn't measured in rands and cents, but in your own well-being? Today, let's explore why your health is, without a doubt, the greatest investment you will ever make.
And to really get our heads around this, I want to take you on a little road trip with me. Just picture this. You're cruising through the beautiful Midlands of KwaZulu-Natal. You've just come from the Drakensberg. The scenery is absolutely stunning. The coffee's good. It's just a perfect South African getaway.
So we stop in a small farming town, need to get some diesel, and then we get back on the road, and then it happens. Suddenly, the whole dashboard just lights up like a Christmas tree. I mean, warning lights are flashing everywhere. There's this ominous orange light glowing, and you know that instant sinking feeling you get in the pit of your stomach? That, oh no, what have I done feeling? Yeah, that was me.
Well, it turns out we'd filled up with what I can only suspect was farming diesel. You know, the kind where you kind of wonder if the farmers are mixing a bit of fuel and manure. I mean, it's all fuel at the end of the day, right? The funny thing is, the car still ran, but man, it was protesting. It was not running optimally. And that's when it hit me. Isn't that exactly what we do to our own bodies? We put in fuel that kind of works, but it's a long, long way from what we actually need to thrive.
And that brings us to this really simple but incredibly powerful idea. Your body is the most amazing vehicle you will ever own. It's the one thing that carries you through every single second of your life.
So let's just break this down. A car, its job is to get you from A to B. Your body, its job is to carry you through your entire life. Both need the right kind of fuel, and both need regular maintenance. Just like my car was complaining about that dodgy diesel, your body complains when it's not being cared for. And at the end of the day, your well-being, your performance, it all comes down to how well you treat it. Simple as that.
Okay, so let's talk about the modern-day version of that farming diesel. These are the bad fuels we're constantly and often unconsciously putting into our systems. And yeah, they allow us to function, sure, but they stop us from really, truly thriving.
It's exactly like this. Look, eating some junk food now and then, that's not a big deal. But when it becomes the default, when it's your main fuel source, that's when your internal dashboard starts lighting up with its own warning signs. We might not see them flashing, but we definitely feel them, don't we? That fatigue, the brain fog, just that general low energy.
So what are these modern bad fuels? Well, you got the obvious stuff, the sugary drinks, the processed foods. Then there are the endless takeouts, because we're just too exhausted to cook. Not getting enough sleep, that's a huge one. But it's also the mental junk food, right? That mindless doom scrolling on your phone. Think about it. When do you ever finish an hour of scrolling and feel energized? Never. You feel drained. That is bad fuel.
All right, enough about the problem. Let's pivot to the solution. This is where we need to shift our mindset. We need to stop thinking about healthy habits as chores and start seeing them for what they really are, deposits into your most valuable, long-term investment portfolio.
And this is where the magic of compounding comes into play. You know how with money, small, consistent investments grow over time? It's the exact same thing with your health. Every healthy meal, every walk you take, every good night's sleep, it's a small deposit. On its own, it might not feel like much, but over time, those deposits compound. They build on each other to create this incredible long-term well-being.
And what's the cost of entry for some of the most powerful investments in this health portfolio? What's the price tag? Exactly zero. Not a single rand. Going for a walk in a park, getting some sunshine on your skin, spending time in nature, these powerful deposits are absolutely 100% free.
And this right here, this is the crucial point. There is absolutely no sense in working your whole life, investing all your money to have a good life, only to hand all of it over to diabetes or hypertension down the road. I mean, what good is financial freedom if you're not actually healthy enough to get out there and enjoy it? The two go hand in hand.
So how do we do it? How do we actually build this health portfolio? Well, the answer isn't some expensive, complicated new trend. It's actually about going back to basics. It's about rediscovering the lost art of simple living.
So here's the plan, and it's beautifully simple. First, eat real food. You know, the stuff that our grandparents would recognize. Second, get outdoors. Connect with nature. Third, and this is a big one, disconnect from your phone, even for a little bit each day. And finally, make sleep a priority. It is not a luxury, it is a biological necessity.
Seriously, just get outside.
We were not built to be zombified by screens and stuck under air conditioning all day. Go for a walk, go for a hike, maybe even a cold plunge in a river. But, maybe watch out for the crocs. This is Africa after all.
Now listen, this is not about being perfect. It's about the art of moderation. Yes, absolutely. Enjoy that Magnum ice cream on a hot Durban day. Have a cold Savannah with your friends on a Friday. The key is simple. These are wonderful treats, not daily habits. That's the sweet spot.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Your health truly is your greatest asset. It is the ultimate freedom. The small, consistent investments you make today, they are going to pay you dividends for the rest of your life. So, what's the return on your greatest investment going to be?